Greetings from the Cabin of Song. Today is day 19 here, and the weather has taken a turn. If you saw the video I did for yesterday, the weather was sublime. It was incredible. And today, I might just actually flick the camera around for a second. Let's see. So it's windy. The wind has actually died off a bit, but it's pretty cloudy, extremely windy. Put that back, right? Really windy. Really like windy, like really windy. So I've been working on a song this morning. You can see all my notebooks here. I just busted into a new notebook. So I've got notebooks coming out the wazoo, and I haven't finished writing this song yet, but it's about this place. So after 19 days of being here, and I have been here before, I wanted to start writing a song because I'm probably going to be out of here in a week or less. I wanted to write a song about this place that encapsulates what this place is for me and what this place is as a snapshot right now. Because I was here 7 years ago and a lot of this stuff actually wasn't here. So you can see in the background there, there's a hot tub there, which is pretty deluxe. It's pretty awesome. I have had 2 hot tubs while I've been here. Been pretty awesome. 2, maybe 3. And none of that stuff was here. That wasn't there. There's a fence here. These trees that are at the back here, they weren't there at all. A lot of these trees weren't here. A lot of stuff's been planted. It's actually changed quite a bit in 7 years. So I wanted to take a snapshot of it in song form. And also I've learned a lot about this place this time that I didn't know about last time. I got to experience different parts of it, even though it's a property of, I don't know, like 5 acres or something here. But there's an enormous valley and stuff at the back. There's a crater that I discovered that I had a really powerful experience in. I've climbed the mountain twice since I've been here. I did some filming on top of the mountain. And each time I've gone up, I've seemed to go up a different way and discover new things. Yesterday I discovered these, about halfway up, there's an area where the rocks are almost like these perfect cubes, as if they've been cut. Not all of them are like that, but really clean, jagged edges. And it's just in this one area up there. And I've never seen that before. And, you know, I have climbed that mountain a few times now. And so there's lots of little things like that that I've discovered this time. I've learnt more about the property, the orchard over there, and there's an orchard further along, a little forest that Slava, who this is his mum's house, he's, you know, given me access to be here. But that forest, that small forest over there, was planted by his dad a year before his dad passed away. And so it has a really strong significance for the landscape here, and also for, you know, the people that live in this house or that own this house. And those, you know, those trees in that area of the land is really sacred. It's very precious, and it's very symbolic. It's tied to a very tangible moment in time, or a very tactile emotional experience. And without knowing that, last time I was here, I was just walking around and looking at trees. But a lot of the trees actually have a lot more significance than I realised. There have been trees planted here by other people who have had family members pass away, and it's almost as if every tree has a story behind it of the year it was planted and what was happening around that time. So each tree is almost like the holder of a snapshot in time, the holder of a memory. So so there's that, and lots of other elements that I want to write about, that I have spoken about, like the sunsets here. I'd almost have to say they're out of this world, but they're in this world. They're so incredible. They're almost unbelievable. I know I've been going on about this for like a week, but yeah, the sunrises, the moon, the way they follow each other through the sky, every day basically, just kind of, they've been chasing each other the whole time I've been here. There's a river at the back of the house here that I haven't really photographed or taken video of or anything, so maybe I'll do that later today or tomorrow or something. But yeah, there's a lot here, and the stillness is something else that I've talked about. It's very hard to capture stillness, especially in this day and age where people want things really quickly. So even if you're watching this video, you might be thinking, dude, can you get to the point? Can you speak a bit quicker? Can you rattle off your ideas for me? I've got stuff to do and I'm not just hanging out with you my whole life. But the stillness here forces these pauses in my conversation, in my thinking, in my body, and it's an experience that we do not value in our society or our culture or whatever. It's like silence is like a dead moment, where actually silence is a moment where everything gets cleared off the table and something new can arise, rather than the moment being covered with stuff to do, or covered with an obligation or a task or a distraction or whatever. It's a moment where things get to be put on hold and something can arise from inside, and that is a very simple and powerful experience that like I said, we don't value, and that we actually do our best to deny and avoid, because we don't want that. We would not want to know what's happening inside of us, even though that's where we live and that's who we are. We want to cover that over as quick as possible. So that's where things are at today. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit tired. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm definitely feeling a bit more tired today than I have for a little while. And I think maybe the weather was a bit windy, I didn't sleep very well. My mind was actually pretty active very early this morning. My brain was going about lots and lots of random stuff. And so I just kind of laid awake in bed and hung out and just calmed myself down. I've been doing this thing since about a week ago, or actually it was only 3 days ago. I had an incredible experience in the crater on the mountain, and it made me extremely calm. It created that silence that I was talking about before. It created that silence inside my own mind, so that when new thoughts were arising, they were really evident. They really stood out. And if they were negative thoughts or just like busy thoughts or projections of the future or whatever, they really stood out, and my mind would just say, shh, it's okay, you don't need to think about that, just calm down, or just relax, or be present, or whatever. And it was a really gentle way of my mind managing itself and me managing myself. And so I've caught myself doing that a lot since then. Whenever my mind's leaping forward, or I'm thinking about something I've got to do, or I'm thinking, I really should do a video now, or what am I going to say in the video, or whatever. Just this very simple tool of going, shh, it's okay. Just let that go. Don't worry about that. Just be present. Just talk to this camera. Just talk to it. There's nothing bad can come of this. So if someone's watching this right now, you're obviously a really patient person who's interested in listening to someone in a cabin just blab on for ages, and you're happy to do that. And I'm happy to just blab on. So that's what's going on. And if someone's not interested in listening to me, then I'll just stop it. It's so simple. I don't have to. So, mind doesn't have to go, dude, you've got to say something really profound now. You've got to say something profound the whole time you're talking on the camera. As if anyone who exists is always saying profound things. And I think it's also the minutiae, the small details of my experience here that I have found to be the most profound. The simple thing of silence, really obvious things. Silence is helpful. That nature, sitting here and watching the nature, just be itself. Like, this is a really simple idea, right? That nature is always being itself. It's never trying to be something else. And when it follows its own laws of nature, you have really beautiful things like beautiful sunsets and rainbows and light hitting the leaves. And even when it's extremely windy here, these trees here, the top side of their leaves is dark and the underside is white. And when it's really windy, it puts on this amazing show like jazz hands. It's like... And so it's doing it right now, and it's amazing. And the grass is moving, and it's very simple, beautiful stuff. And it's just nature playing out. It's just being itself. And it's a constant reminder to me to just do that. Just live in alignment with my true nature. My creative nature, my humour, the way I express myself, even just the accent that I have, which is an Australian accent, and then sometimes this little bit of a Croatian accent slips in when I say you. You, what are you doing? You, Boy, what are you doing, man? Serious, man. What do you do that for? So that slips in there when I say you. But that's, whatever. That's what it is. So it's all these really back to basic, simple things that I know intellectually and you know it intellectually, so when I'm talking about it, you're going, yeah, dude, that's obvious. But like I was saying yesterday in a video I was doing, it is a completely different thing to know something than to do something. So there's a great saying which is it's very different to know what to do and to do what you know. They are two completely different worlds. So what I am in the process of enacting is not just knowing stuff, but actually doing stuff. Living that, being that, whatever, So not just knowing that nature lives in alignment with itself and I should live in alignment with myself. That knowledge is almost worthless. Knowledge is almost worthless. It is like the tip of the iceberg of what is possible, because what is beneath just the knowledge of it is the experience of it. And experience is everything. I've also been saying this and realizing this, that the experience of being here is 100 times more powerful than hearing about it or seeing photos about it or even watching this video. So you're watching this video and you're hearing me talk about the experience of being here, and I'm trying my best to convey the emotion of being here and what that experience is like, but nothing can ever compare to actually being here and sitting here for 10 hours at this window and looking at nature be itself and the way it has sculpted the landscape, and listening to that and taking that deep inside my learning and my consciousness and my understanding of myself and integrating that into my life. So they are very different things. So, it's another simple truth or another thing that we all know is that you have to enact your knowledge. Knowledge is not enough. People say knowledge is power, and I don't believe that is true. Knowledge is potential power. And it's only when you actually turn the key and enact knowledge, once you actually move it into being, into your physical experience or your emotional experience, that it has any value. So that's where I'm at. If you're watching this, you're amazing. If you're watching this, send me an email. If you've actually watched this far, get in contact with me and let me know you've actually watched this far, because there is something very special about you in a positive and potentially negative way, that you've spent all your time watching this. I hope you have, and if you have, you are fucking awesome. And we have to be in contact. You need to contact me, because we're obviously on some kind of same wavelength. Or you're a very bored person who will watch anything. And I don't think that's true. Because a very bored person who would watch anything wouldn't watch someone talk about their experience like this. They'd go and watch a Batman film. Alright, anyway, so I'm going to get back to writing this song. And, there'll be updates throughout the day. I've just been filming some of these these trees with the leaves, and maybe I'll insert that into this video. Start a new journal. And the clock is ticking. That's not the sound of the clock, that's actually the sound of the radiator here. Sounds like someone's doing a wee around the side of the window. But there's not much time left here, a week or less than a week, and I feel like I still have a lot of work ahead of me. So I've been writing songs every day, and that takes quite a bit of time. Sometimes half an hour, sometimes 5 or 6 hours. And then I am going through the process of recording these songs well. So I've got my sound card and, you know, all my recording gear. And I want to capture these songs in a really good, you know, format before I leave. Because I know that when I leave here, I won't have the same opportunity to do it. So there's a lot of work to do, and my focus, as it has been for the last couple of days, is all creative output. So I'm not distracting myself with any input. I'm not sitting around reading or listening to music or watching music docos or listening to audiobooks or any of that stuff. My focus is entirely on creating stuff. So I'm creating songs, I'm writing, I'm creating food, creating video clips, and creating videos. Daily journal like this is about the only time that I really stop and kind of reflect on what's happening. The rest of the time is all just, you know, moving forward and creating stuff. So even though there's lots of stillness and there's not a lot of distraction, you know, there's still a lot of work to do. And I'm loving doing it. I'm loving the challenge of it. I'm loving the fulfillment of it. It's extremely fulfilling, you know, knowing that I already have about 20 new songs that I've just written in the last 2.5 weeks. Feels really great. Like I was talking about living in alignment with my nature. It's what I'm doing while I'm here. I feel like I'm living in a really tight alignment with what I'm here to do, and there's really no better feeling than that. It's deeply fulfilling. It's yeah, I'm getting emotional thinking about it. It's just a joy and a privilege, and sometimes a rare experience. It feels like a rare thing to do, where it's something I want to be doing all of the time, you know, living in alignment with that and removing distraction from my life and really focusing in on just things that are in alignment with who I am and what I want to do and what I want to give to the world and who I want to be and all of that stuff. So without further ado, I'm going to do that right now. Bye.